too much. Your words cut deep. Deeper than any blade.
So me and my boyfriend went to go see the new Demon Slayer movie that came out on September the 12th. And let's just say the movie was... I'm not gonna lie, bruh. The movie was kinda mid.
What did he say? What did he say? What did you say, nigga?
Yes, I said it. I said the forbidden words. Mid. M-I-D. Mid. So the movie has been out for about a week now, and I sat there and let the thought of the movie being good or bad marinate in my mind for a little bit before I came to my conclusion. Now I knew that sooner or later we were going to get some leaks or info about the new up-and-coming season of Demon Slayer, that being the Infinity Castle arc. But I didn't expect that to come into the form of a movie, and after watching said movie, it kinda just felt overhyped. A little letdown. A little mid. Now don't get me wrong or anything, I did enjoy the movie. When it got to Zenitsu getting his get back on his classmate Kagaku for what he did to their master, I damn near wanted to throw my box of popcorn into the air and yell out, "Hey!" Like I said, I went to go see it with my boyfriend at the end of the day, and we just sat there taking every bit of it in. Even though the movie was good, it still had its problems in our opinion, and that was mainly due to the fact of its time to combat, to small yap interactions and backstory ratio. What do I mean by that? Well, while watching the movie kick off with Kocho's fight against Upper Moon 2 Doma, I've realized while watching their segment that there wasn't a whole lot of fighting. Instead, there was a whole lot of yapping, especially from this nigga Doma. Now, Doma might just be the yapper of the fucking movie, cause goddamn, throughout the whole segment, bro, this dude wasn't doing nothing but flapping his gums and letting Kocho try her poisons on him. Now, I decided to do a little calculating on the side. From the moment Kocho found this nigga Doma smacking on some meat to her getting her back blown out quite literally was all in the span of 21 minutes and 8 seconds. And within that 21 minutes and 8 seconds, less than half of it was dedicated to them fighting. The rest of it was just this nigga Doma running his list of Kocho and the small dramatic interactions they both had from the results of their clashes, including their backstories. Now, I broke these clashes into smaller segments called interactions, and in total, I counted about 4 clashes or interactions within these 21 minutes. These 4 clashes that make up the fight segment of Kocho versus Doma only came out to about 9 minutes and 36 seconds long, and here are the timestamps. That's less than half of Kocho's and Doma's entire segment was dedicated to the art of scrapping. And I was even being generous about saying 9 minutes and 36 seconds long, because realistically, it's even shorter than that. And not gonna lie, my memory of the movie is a little hazy, but I still remember majority of it because during Doma's and Kocho's segment, I deadass went to blink, and when I reopened my eyes, bro, we was literally on the Zenitsu segment, meaning my black ass them fellas. Now, I've only once in my life fallen asleep to a movie, but while watching the Demon Slayer Infinity Castle movie, that record was shattered because I deadass fell asleep to the movie 4 different times, bro. And it was literally because it felt like the movie was taking its precious time to get to the damn point. Which leads me to my second issue with the movie being the extra dramatics and the flashback links, because holy hell, there was a lot. Now I know that it's all a part of Demon Slayer's philosophy to add in extra dramatics and flashbacks so that we the watchers have a better understanding of the characters and their actions against each other. But during the movie, at some point, it just felt like it was getting in the way of the reason why I came to watch the movie in the first place, that being to see them scrap and go all out against each other. Now, my main issue that deals with the flashback and dramatics came from the best segment of the movie, that being Giyu and Tanjiro versus Upper Moon 3 Akaza, the king of slap boxing himself. But when I tell you I was in utter disbelief of how long this damn segment was when looking back at the footage, you wouldn't believe me if I told you. This fuck ass segment damn near lasted an hour and a half. That's how long that shit was. Mind you, we are here. We had this much left to cover, and you would expect that if it's that long, it would have a lot of fight scenes, right? Besides the time length, Akaza versus Giyu and Tanjiro entire segment covered about an hour, 15 minutes, and 3 seconds of the movie, with a lot of parts being small interactions and yap sessions. A little more than half of the entire movie was dedicated to Tanjiro and Giyu versus Akaza, by the way, but in total, I counted about 9 different interactions, aka clashes between Giyu, Tanjiro, and Akaza. And within that 1 hour and 15 minutes of their segment, about 23 minutes and 59 seconds of it was dedicated to them fighting across the Infinity Castle, which was cool to see, but still short as shit. Meaning that approximately 51 minutes and 4 seconds went to small yaps and other interferences. And mind you, I'm being generous on the time proportions by adding some of their small yap and interactions into their fighting time, but realistically, it's even shorter than that if you're pickier than me. But the majority of that 51 minutes went straight to Akaza's backstory. And I'm sorry, but to anyone who was able to sit there and watch that entire segment of Akaza's backstory without dozing off to sleep, you can probably watch anything, because I literally fell asleep 3 different times during that shit. And I'm not a hater or anything. I fuck with Akaza heavy. Not more than Kokushibo, but my goodness, it could have been handled better, cause I was fighting for my life in that chair. Even my boyfriend whispered into my ear holy yap session because of how bad the pacing was of the segment. Now, if it was up to me, I would have done it like this, on some Kakashi versus Obito type beat, where they would fight, have a flashback, then fight again. But hey, I'm just a viewee giving his review, and I even made my way to TikTok to see what others had to say about it, and a lot of people enjoyed it, but a lot of people also felt the same way just like me. Too much yapping in the movie and not enough hands. And a lot of people were trying to defend how long the backstory was by saying, oh, y'all ain't true fans if you're complaining about his backstory. Just wait till it gets to Kokushibo backstory. The hell, it better not be that long. Not Kokushibo's backstory. Me personally, I just want to see the king himself have an amazing fight segment dedicated to himself and the other Hashiras. That's it. With a mix of his backstory in there that, if done right, shouldn't put me to sleep. But overall, outside of the judgment and shit, I did really enjoy the movie. Also, we went to go see it around 9:50 at night and didn't leave the theaters until like 10 some. But yeah, 10 out of 10 would recommend. And I just realized that I've been calling this nigga my boyfriend the entire time.